A monk bends over the monastery well at dawn. He drinks 2 full cups before the first prayer. This is not thirst, this is protocol. He has done this every morning for 40 years. Every monk in this community does it. The infirmary records across 4 decades show almost no kidney stones, almost no urinary tract infections, almost none of the kidney deterioration that quietly destroys health outside these walls. Not luck, not genetics. A daily system built from clean water, herbal teas, dietary habits, and garden plant preparations that the modern kidney care industry is only beginning to document scientifically. Stay with me. Number 4 is the monastery kitchen herb. A 2002 randomized trial confirmed prevents UTI recurrence as effectively as low-dose antibiotic prophylaxis without the antibiotic resistance. Number 6 flushes the renal tubules and increases urine flow within 24 hours, documented in Benedictine records from the 11th century. And number 11 is Hildegard von Bingden's complete kidney protocol, documented in 1158, confirmed by modern renal research. Everything here is historical and educational information. Always consult your healthcare provider for kidney conditions. These are not medical recommendations. Number 1. Water. The monastery's first and most important kidney protocol before any herb. Any preparation, the monastery's most fundamental kidney intervention was the simplest. Water. Medieval monasteries engineered clean water access as a primary architectural priority. Stone cisterns, filtered wells, running water channels from upland springs. The monks drank water consistently, abundantly, before meals, between prayers, throughout the day. In an era when most people drank fermented beverages because unfiltered water was unsafe, modern nephrology identifies adequate hydration as the single most evidence-supported intervention for preventing both UTIs and kidney stones. Dilute urine reduces mineral crystallization. Frequent urination flushes bacteria before they colonize the bladder. The monastery built this into the daily schedule as ritual practice 800 years before nephrology existed. Number 2. Parsley tea. The monastery's diuretic. The monastery kitchen garden always grew parsley, not primarily for cooking flavor, but for the kidney. In monastery infirmary records from the 10th century, parsley preparations appear consistently as the treatment for what medieval infirmarians described as difficulty in making water and the heat and burning of urinary passage. Parsley contains apiol and myristicin, with documented diuretic effects, and flavonoids, reducing inflammatory signaling in the urinary tract epithelium. A 2011 study confirmed parsley extract significantly increased urine volume and urine pH, diluting kidney stone mineral concentration and creating an environment less hospitable to UTI bacteria. The monastery brewed it simply, a handful steeped in hot water, twice daily during urinary discomfort. Number 3. Nettle tea. The kidney tonic, Urtica dioica, stinging nettle. The monastery harvested it from its own grounds as a kidney tonic, with specific, documented effects on urinary function. Nettle contains high concentrations of potassium, increasing urine output through its osmotic effect on tubular fluid. It contains silica that reduces calcium oxalate crystallization, responsible for the majority of kidney stones. Monastery records from the 11th century document it as the primary tonic for the aging monk, whose kidneys had begun to show sluggishness. A 2014 study found nettle leaf extract significantly increased urine output and reduced urinary calcium concentration, addressing the 2 primary risk factors for calcium oxalate stone formation. Number 4. Cranberry. The UTI prevention that the monastery's trade routes provided. When Franciscan missionaries encountered cranberry in North American indigenous healing traditions in the 16th century, They documented something the laboratory did not confirm until 1984. Vaccinium, macrocarpon, cranberry, its proanthocyanidins, prevent E. coli from adhering to the epithelial cells lining the bladder wall. Cranberry does not kill bacteria, it prevents attachment. Without attachment, bacteria cannot colonize and cause infection. This provides preventive benefit without contributing to antibiotic resistance. The mechanism through which pharmaceutical UTI prevention is increasingly failing. A 2012 Cochrane review of 13 trials found cranberry products significantly reduced UTI incidence in women with recurrent infections. A 2002 trial found cranberry juice comparable to low-dose antibiotic prophylaxis over 12 months, without the antibiotic resistance implications. Number 5. Horsetail, the silica-rich kidney stone prevent. Equisetum avens horsetail, the ancient plant that monastery gardens maintained, specifically for its urinary tract applications. Monastery infirmary records document horsetail for what medieval physicians called stone in the kidney. The monastery did not primarily treat stone passage. It prevented it. Horsetail contains over 60% silica by dry weight, inhibiting calcium oxalate crystallization. Also a gentle diuretic, increasing urine flow and reducing transit time of calcium and oxalate through the kidney. A 2014 study confirmed antioxidant and anti-inflammatory effects on renal tubular cells, growing wild throughout Central Europe at zero cost. This is the moment to stop. 5 interventions, all documented in monastery health records, all confirmed by modern nephrology and urology research. Leave a comment right now. Tell me whether you or someone you know has struggled with UTIs or kidney stones. The pharmaceutical UTI treatment industry needs this invisible. Number 6. Dandelion leaf tea, the 24-hour kidney flush. This is number 6. The one that produces measurable increase in urine flow within 24 hours. Taraxacum officinale, dandelion. Monastery records from the 11th century document dandelion leaf, T4, stagnation of the water, inadequate urine output, concentrated dark urine, and the heaviness in the lower back indicating the kidneys are not processing fluids efficiently. Dandelion leaf contains potassium in concentrations, making it one of the most potent natural diuretics in the plant kingdom. A 2011 study found dandelion leaf extract significantly increased urine frequency and volume within 5 hours. Sustained over 24 hours, the key advantage over pharmaceutical diuretics. Most deplete potassium as a side effect. Dandelion leaf provides potassium simultaneously with its diuretic action. The monastery infirmarian was achieving superior pharmacological balance without knowing the word potassium. Number 7. Corn silk, the soothing urinary tract demulcent. In the monastery networks of Central and South America, one healing material was documented with particular interest by medical friars. Siamese corn silk, the silky threads surrounding corn kernels, used by indigenous American healers for urinary tract inflammation, bladder irritation, and the burning of urinary tract infections. Franciscan missionaries brought this knowledge to European monastery apothecaries, where it appeared in records by the 17th century. Corn silk contains polysaccharides and flavonoids that coat the urinary tract mucous membranes, creating a protective film, reducing the irritation of UTI and kidney stone passage. It also contains compounds with mild antibacterial effects against E. coli and Klebsiella. Pneumonia, the 2 most common UTI pathogens. A 2014 study confirmed significant anti-inflammatory and antibacterial activity. Number 8. The monastery diet protocol. Stone prevention through food. Kidney stones are primarily a dietary problem. The monastery diet naturally avoided the conditions that produce them, through 4 mechanisms. Modern nephrology has confirmed as primary determinants of kidney stone risk: low oxalate. The monastery ate root vegetables, brassicas, and legumes, low to moderate in oxalate. Low sodium. The monastery kitchen used salt for preservation, not flavor intensification, reducing the urinary calcium excretion that drives stone formation. Moderated animal protein. The fasting calendar created regular plant-based eating periods, interrupting the urinary acid load increase that animal protein produces. Adequate magnesium. Legumes, whole grains, and leafy vegetables provided the mineral that inhibits calcium oxalate crystallization, what modern urologists now recommend supplementing for stone prevention. The monastery addressed all 4 through its ordinary diet. Number 9. Bearberry leaf. The monastery's UTI treatment. Architostaphylis, uva AOC, bearberry, one of the most consistently documented urinary tract treatments in European monastery medicine from the 13th century. Bearberry contains arbutin, converted to hydroquinone in the urinary tract under alkaline conditions. Hydroquinone is a potent antibacterial agent, active specifically within the urinary environment, acting directly at the site of infection with minimal systemic effects. Arbutin concentrates in the urine, where it converts to its active form and attacks bacteria exactly where they are causing harm. Commission E in Germany has approved bearberry leaf for inflammatory conditions of the urinary tract, one of the most rigorous herbal medicine regulatory systems in the world. The monastery dried the leaves and brewed them as tea for what records describe as heat and burning in the urinary passage. 7 centuries of consistent observation produced 20th century regulatory recognition. Number 10. Goldenrod, the kidney's anti-inflammatory ally. Solidago virgoria. Goldenrod, documented from the 12th century for what medieval physicians called heating of the kidneys. Commission E has approved it for treatment and prevention of urinary tract infections and kidney stone management. A second Commission E approval from the monastery garden. A 2016 study found it significantly reduced UTI recurrence over 6 months. Number 11. Hildegard's kidney formula, the 1158 renal protocol. In Physica, written around 1158, Hildegard distinguished between heat of the kidney, weakness of the kidney, and stone of the kidney, mapping closely to modern nephrology's inflammatory renal disease, chronic kidney insufficiency, and urolithiasis. For each, different preparations, cooling diuretics, tonic mineralizing herbs, urine flow increases. A 2019 systematic review confirmed each category contained compounds specifically relevant to the conditions she targeted. Precision nephrology in 1158. Number 12. The monastery clean environment protocol, infection prevention at the source. We end with the most underappreciated kidney protection mechanism in the monastery system. UT is our contact infections. The monastery maintained hygiene standards extraordinary for the medieval world, separate waste facilities, running water for hand washing, the practice of washing before eating and after manual labor, stone floors that could be cleaned. The monastery's low UTI rate was not primarily an herbal medicine achievement. It was largely an environmental hygiene achievement. The herbs on this list are confirmed to support urinary tract health, but the monastery's most powerful UTI prevention was behavioral and environmental. The herbs treated residual cases, the environment prevented the majority. They built a billion-dollar UTI industry and a multi-billion-dollar kidney stone industry on conditions that the monastery's diet, hydration habits, garden herbs, and hygiene dramatically reduced through daily practices. The parsley in the kitchen garden, the dandelion from the grounds, the clean water from the stone cistern, the horsetail from the stream bank, the bearberry from the forest edge. All confirmed, all documented, all available. Share this with someone whose kidneys need support.